All right. So, excuse me. Last week, we learned principles of design, right? Let's remind what we learned. So, we saw unity and variety, balance, and scale and proportion last week, right? Excuse me. Um, so today we're gonna continue to see the principles of design, emphasis and subordination, pattern and rhythm. So let's see the emphasis and subordination first. Give me 1 second. Something is wrong here. Okay. Where is it? All right. So the emphasis and subordinations, so they are complementary concepts. When you emphasize something, we draw attention to it. So this is a valuable part of communication that allows us to set some things apart. In art, emphasis is the principle by which an artist draws attention to content. So let's see this painting, this photography work. So, so sometimes an artist is interested in emphasizing an entire work and its wholeness, like this work of art. So the whole gentle waves are emphasis in this work of art. And here's another example for the large emphasis area. So, so emphasis can also be used to draw attention to a large portion of a work, like this work of art. So sometimes an artist wants the emphasis to encompass a significant area, but not quite the entire surface, like this. So the large white shape with the pointy wood lines is emphasis in this work. So pretty much large portion of emphasis we can see here. Now let's look at the focal point. Can you guess what the focal point is in art?
When I hear focal, I hear a focus. So maybe the part that they want you to like see it or focus on.
That's right. So it can be the main subject, right? So the focal point is a specific spot to which one's attention is directed. An entire work, a broad area within a work of art, multiple areas, and even specific points can be emphasized as focal point. So an artist can emphasize focal points using line, implied line, value, color, so like any of the elements of art. So let's see this painting. So can you guess which one is the focal point in this painting?
Maybe whatever that is falling from the sky, a person.
That's right. That's right. So this is the focal point. So so in this painting, so this is the Icarus, from the mythology, the Greek mythology. So the artist Chagall, the Chagall's version, the Icarus is the focal point, distinctly set apart from the sky, the light gray sky, not only by his position at the top and the center of the work, but also by use of the bold red, blue, and yellow, the primary colors, to depict the falling figure. And the opposite of emphasis is subordination. So, which means it is a less visually interesting area. Artists choose carefully which areas to emphasize or subordination in order to heighten the impact of their artworks. So now let's find emphasis, focal point, and subordination in some work of art. So let's look at this painting. So can you guess which portion is going to be emphasis in this painting?
Is it the guy or the girl with the red on? Because
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole part, the road with the guy can be the emphasis. See? So these areas, strongly, attention to the viewers. That's right. Then what's the focal point in this emphasis portion?
Is it the guy?
That's right. That's right. This guy is the focal point. Very good. He is the main subject here. That's right. Now, how about subordination? Which portion is subordination?
The hearse?
Rest of them, except for the emphasis. Yeah, the sea, the sky, so everything. That's now subordination, like a background. So this guy is the focal point in emphasis portion, and the rest of part, except for the emphasis, can be subordination. How about this painting? So which part is emphasis in this painting?
The child and the father.
That's right. That's right. The old guy and the little boy. So they are the emphasis in this painting. Then who is the focal point between these two figures?
I think the boy.
That's right. That's right. Very good. He has, the light spotlight, right? On his face and the guitar, right? Very good. How about the subordination?
Maybe the
The
background,
background.
like
Yeah,
the table.
very good. The whole background can be the subordination. Very nice. So let's see the easiest example. So which part is emphasis in this painting?
The woman and the candle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So actually the woman and the candle is the focal point, and the light area is the whole emphasis. Very good. Then how about the subordination?
Is that skeleton on her size?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the dark area except for the light spot, right? So these are the whole background can be the subordination. Very good. How about this one? Can you find which area is emphasis in this painting?
I think this one is easy. The dead body on the floor, cause everybody like want to look.
Yeah, in the light spot, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the light area can be the emphasis. Then who is the focal point in this light portion?
the man in the white shirt.
Very nice. Very nice. Looks like, innocent boy. Now, he is the focal point in this painting. Then how about subordination?
The people in the background with their hands to their face and the, everything else in the background that's happening.
That's right. Perfect. That is the perfect answer. Yes, that is the subordination. So this is a Francisco de Goya's painting, and Goya is a Spanish romantic painter and printmaker. He is considered the most important Spanish artist of the late 18th and early 19th centuries. This is a historically great painting. So I need you to watch a video in the Moodle room in 4.1 page after the meeting, because this is a really important painting to know. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the pattern and rhythm. So the pattern, we saw pattern when you learned 7 visual elements of art, right? So as you know, the pattern is any decorative, repetitive motif or design in abstract ideas. So let's see it closer. So an artist can use repetition of a pattern to impose order on a work. But simple repetition can become more complex and make a work even make interesting when the pattern changes. And sometimes, excuse me. So sometimes artists use alternating patterns to make a work more lively. So a design repeated as a unit in a pattern is called a motif. So this is a motif. So motifs can represent ideas, images, and themes that can be brought together through the use of pattern. So an artist can create a strong, unified design by repeating a motif. So there is a unit design, which includes the triangle shapes in a square shape. And when it repeats, it makes pattern. So one unit of pattern is called motif. And Chuck Close, he's an American artist. He used a motif for unifying his paintings. So Close uses a repeated pattern of organic concentric rings set into a diamond shape as the basic building blocks for his large compositions. And these motifs, which appear as abstract pattern, when viewed closely, but visually solidified into a realistic portrait of the model. So the motif can be used like this. Now let's see rhythm in art. So rhythm is based on repetition, and it is a basic part of our world. And there are 4 kinds of rhythm in art. So first one is visual rhythm. And the next one is a simple repetitive rhythm and progressive rhythm. And the last one is alternating rhythm. So let's see one by one. So visual rhythm depends on the repetition of accented elements, usually shapes. So just literally, show a rhythm in visual way like this sculpture. And we can see waves of rhythm through this sculpture. And simple repetitive rhythm is a repetition by using the same shape, color, size, value, line, or texture over and over again. So like this, the interior of a sculpture, architecture. So, we can see the same colors pattern on the arch design, right? With the same style of columns. So that is called a simple repetitive rhythm. And the next one is progressive rhythm. Repetition that regularly increases or decreases in frequency creates a progressive rhythm as the eye moves faster or slower across the surface of the work, like this. So, for example, capturing slow motion of photograph, that can be a progressive rhythm. And the last one is alternating rhythm. So artists can intertwine multiple rhythms, what we just saw, um, until they become quite complex like this. So the addition and alternation of rhythms can be add unpredictability and visual excitement. So the idea of rhythmic sculpture helps us understand how artists divide visual space into different kinds of sections to achieve different kinds of effects. In this painting, the artist insistently reminds us to slow physical rhythms created by the brute strength of these beasts, the cows, and the irregularity of the plowman's staffs as of them, this man and cattle and work together to turn the weighty soil. So now we are done with the principles of design, and we have a sketchbook project related to this principles of design chapter. So let's see what it is. Okay. All right, so the second sketchbook project is asymmetrical drawing. What was the asymmetrical balance? Do you remember?
one side wasn't equal.
It's not equal.
Yeah, I said wasn't equal.
Oh, wasn't equal. Yes, that's right. Okay, so let's remind what we learned last week. Um, the first one is, we learned the unity and variety, right? So the unity is oneness, and the variety is the differences in art. So all artworks includes unity and variety together. And there are three ways to unite in art. Now, we learned compositional unity and conceptual unity and gestalt unity last week. And we learned the balance. So balance refers to heaviness or lightness of forms arranged in composition. So there are two types of balance, symmetrical balance and asymmetrical balance. So symmetrical balance is the mirror image of shapes or forms on either side of an imaginary axial dividing line. And the asymmetrical balance is two sides that do not correspond to one another in size, shape, and placement. So for the asymmetrical balance, we learned the most popular 6 types of asymmetrical balance, right? So number 1 was a large form is visually heavier than a smaller form. And number 2, the dark value form is visually heavier than the light value form of the same size. And number 3, the textured form is visually heavier than a smooth form of the same size. Number 4, the complex form is visually heavier than a simple form of the same size. And the 5th one, 2 or more small forms can be balanced with a large one. And the last one, a smaller dark form can balance a larger light one. So we're gonna use these asymmetrical balance types when you make a work of art. So for this project, you will need a sketchbook, pencil, eraser, and any color medium you have. So here's the process in detail. So step 1, choose one simple object or theme. And step 2, choose one of the asymmetrical balance types. Now, we just saw 6 asymmetrical balance types, right? So choose one of them and make a composition with the object you choose. And then based on the asymmetric balance types you choose.
Professor, I'm sorry, can I see it again so I can take a quick pictures, please? Thank you.
You're welcome. And number 4, consider of unity and variety in the composition and apply it. And number 5, draw your ideas and color it. So when you post your work process, I need you to write a short description about your artwork, and I need you to write which asymmetrical type you use in your work of art, and I need you to write um, how to show unity and variety in your artwork. So let me share a sample I made. So I chose circle and sphere shapes, and then I chose the fifth asymmetrical balance type. Now, the more small forms can balance larger form. So I draw a ball with the circle dot patterns on it, and I made two small balls like this with the different patterns and the different colors to make the differences, to show the variety. But as you can see, the forms are same, so I can show the unity in this work. And it seems like too simple, so I added a background like this by using the lots of circle shapes, like this, and to make a space like this. So when you write, when you post to your work process, I need you to write like this, which asymmetrical type you use, and which, how to show the unity and variety in your work of art. So in my work, I use the gestal to unity, by repeating the same shapes, the similar shapes. And to show the variety, I used different patterns on the walls, and I used diverse colors. And
So this is another project.
yes, the second project.
So we got an essay to write. We got a research paper. No, we have the one where the first one, the second one, that was the third one.
So yeah, so this week we have 3 assignments. Yes.
That's a lot. That's a lot when we're not even done probably working on the first one.
So that's why I saying you don't need to post the finished work. You can just post the beginning process of your work, or you can just post your idea sketch or just a plan. Okay, so you don't need to finish it today. I know the making an artwork takes time. So you can just post your plan, and then you can make it when you have time. But you should finish your artwork by the end of the course, because you're going to submit the finished artworks as the final sketchbook submission
So these
file.
is the only 3 assignments that we gotta finish by the end.
Now you're going to make about 7 or 8 pieces during the whole course.
Okay, well I'm still on the first one, so
Yeah, you can just keep working on it and save it when you're done with that, for the final submission. So, and then this is the next project. Okay, so just to do not make it too complicated, just make it simple, like my work. So this is the process to learn how artists create their artwork. All right, so let me show you more examples, and please remember, do not just copy the samples, just to get some inspiration from the examples and samples. So and I need you to create your own artwork. um, Janasia, I will check on it during during the break time.
I have the what is it, the assignment where we had to, I think it's like the discussion three or four, I didn't do. So when we get a break, you can you explain it to me a little bit more so I could get it done like tonight.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna make a um, I'm gonna just clarify now all the assignments before we finish the meeting. So I will show you the examples first. So like this, most of the landscape drawing or painting is using like this, asymmetrical balance type. So this drawing is using the fifth asymmetrical balance type, like, um, more small forms can balance larger one. And this painting is also using asymmetrical balance. You can, as you can see though, this the left larger tree, it can be a larger form, and there is a small tree on the foreground, the background. So that can be asymmetrical balance. And, as you can see, the artist used mostly used like a warm color for this painting to make a unity, and with the the thick outline for the each the objects, and to show the variety, the artist use a cool color in the middle of the painting, so like this. And also the artist can um, show the variety to draw the different shapes of the tree, like this. See, so unity and variety is very simple. So you can just pick, the type of asymmetrical balance. And this is a Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. So he also used the one of the asymmetrical balance type, like the small dark form can balance the large light one. So this the dark, I don't know what it is. So this is the small dark form, and the rest of a part, the bright part, can be the large light one. And also Vincent van Gogh mostly used bluish color in his painting to create unity, and also he used the same brush techniques like this with the very thick outline. And for the variety, he used the yellow color on the sky, and the top of the the village, like this. So that can be the variety. And this is Michelangelo's fresco painting in Sistine Chapel. Sistine Chapel. So this is also using the asymmetrical balance type. So one small form and one larger form, like this. And also I can tell you most of still life is using the asymmetrical balance types. So this is a Cézanne's painting. So he is also using the one of the asymmetrical balance type, one small dark form and the light large form. So you can just make like this. So please do not make it complicated, then that takes so long to finish your artwork. So I love this design. So so this cute design can be, you know, is using the, you know, sixth asymmetrical balance type. So this, the colorful piece of cake can be the dark small form, and here is a larger one, and this is you know, the light large form with the, you know, the saturated background color, like this. And this is a yin yang cute drawing. So, you know, there is a, you know, light form and a dark form with the same size, but the characters poses are different to show the variety. And this is very simple geometrical drawing to show the second asymmetrical balance types feature, the dark form and the light form of the same size. So like this, almost everything, you know, can be applied to one of the asymmetrical balance type. So just to choose one of them and apply to your artwork, and consider how to show unity and variety in your work of art with the asymmetrical balance. Any question about the sketchbook project?
So we have to do a drawing like this.
Yeah.
Well, using one of the okay.
Oh, whatever you want actually. So so these examples is just, you know, the reference for the asymmetrical balance type. So you can just, you know, make a simple pattern design. It's going to be okay. Just to choose one of the asymmetrical balance type, and, you know, just, you know, place the object you choose, and then, you know, make a unity and variety in it. And when you're ready to post your work process, you know, as I told you, it can be just a plan, or it can be just, you know, sketch or idea sketch. It's totally fine. And um, but the most important thing when you post your artwork process is this. Now, I need you to write a short description about your plan or your artwork. And I need you to write which asymmetrical balance type you are going to use or you used. And please write how to show unity and variety in your artwork. So I need to write three of this when you post your work. And again, this posting's due date is by tonight. Okay, so you don't need to finish it. Okay, and you can't finish it actually. So just post the process. Okay. So this is week 4.1 forum. So you can find this forum in week 4.1. Any question about this before we have a break? No?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's take a break for 15 minutes, and I need to come back by 11 a.m. All right. All right, so the next chapter we are going to see is engaging with form and content. Um, art communicates visual ideas, just as speaking and writing communicate verbal ideas. In order for viewers to engage with art, we must interpret the visual language of the artist. So we use a combination of various methods, such as description, analysis, and critique, to understand the appearance and meaning or content of a work. So we can also apply our own viewpoints or critique. So in this chapter, we are going to see the interpretive method that are most frequently used and are most effective. So looks familiar, right? So the formal analysis. So we're gonna learn four analysis method, and this is the first analysis type, which is called formal analysis, and it is based on the it's a method of analyzing work of art based on the visual elements, principles of design we've learned so far. So, um, now let's just quickly remind what these are. So, we learned seven visual elements like are line, shape and mass, light, color, texture and pattern, space, time and motion. And we just saw principles of design, right? Unity and variety, balance, emphasis and subordination, scale and proportion, pattern and rhythm. So with this visual elements and the principles of design, so we can analyze a work of art without any research. So let's see. Okay, definition of formal analysis. So the process of analyzing the elements and principles used by the artist is called formal analysis. To analyze a work of art fully and formally, one describes in specific detail how each element and principle is utilized within it. So let's see this painting, and I'm going to proceed the formal analysis of this artwork. So this is Edward Hopper's painting, Nighthawks. It conveys a sense of absence and loneliness. I can feel that kind of emotions through this painting. And when making a formal analysis of a two-dimensional work, such as this painting, useful aspects you can consider are the locations of objects, and the colors used, and the relationships between the parts of the composition. So in front of this building, the sidewalk wraps around the curved diner on the street corner, and cutting up the group of people inside, and whom we see through the glass outer walls. And the inside is brightly lit in contrast to the street outside. This makes the room a particular area of emphasis in this picture. It further draws our attention to people, and together with the use of brilliant color in yellow wall behind the counter, and expose them clearly to us, showing how isolated they are. The stark contrast between the woman's red dress and hair and the black suits and hats of the two guys make customers and the white uniform of the waiter make the figures more distinct, both within the scene and from one another. So, so these types of analysis is called formal analysis. So I don't have any knowledge of this painting. I just used the visual elements and the principles of design when I analyze this work of art with my viewpoint and the feeling about the artwork. And the next, the analysis method is stylistic analysis. So we recognize a style in our own lives, the way we dress and arrange our hair reflects our personal style. So artworks also have a style or specific characteristic that make them look the way they do. Um, Style allows us to recognize that an artwork was made by a particular artist. A group of artists might share a style because they all used similar techniques, worked at the same time, or studied in the same place. So style can be individual or shared by a group, school, time period, or movement. Analyzing style allows us to make connections between artworks. So you can see two paintings now on your screen. So can you find the similarity between these two paintings? Can you find any similarity?
Professor, could color be one similarity? They have green, blue, and some yellows.
Yes, the diverse colors, right? Yeah. So both paintings are using tons of colors to show, actually to show the lighting, the light changes. Very good. What else?
Well, the main one is that they both use the same style of art.
Very nice. Very nice. Yes, that's the point. So it looks like, very similar style, like, by using the very, visual brush strokes, right? Very, rough brush strokes. Mm-hmm. It's a nice recognition. Very good. So, and I can see the angles, the composition of these paintings looks unique. Now, it's not the traditional style of the angle in these two, paintings. So, these are Impressionist artist paintings in 19th century. Impressionism is a 19th century art movement characterized by relatively small, thin, but visual brush strokes and open composition, emphasis on accurate depiction of light in its changing qualities, and often accentuating the effects of the passage of time. And also they're using the they dealt with the ordinary subject matter, inclusion of movement, a crucial element of human perception and
I don't
experience.
even know what you're talking about.
About this painting, the Impressionism. I'm talking about the history, the style of the Impressionism, because these artists are using the same style, because they are the Renoir and the Claude Monet. They are called Impressionist artists. So Impressionism organized with a group of Paris-based artists whose independent exhibitions brought them to prominence during the 1870s and 1880s. So like Impressionists, many artists who sought to similar concepts and trends made a group and they chose similar styles like these artists. So basically, stylistic analysis requires, the research for the art movements. And the next analysis method is iconography analysis. Okay, I got it, Maria. Iconography imagined the visual images and symptom used in a work of art and leads to interpretations of the work's meaning. Iconographic analysis identifies objects and figures in an artwork as signs or symbols that can reflect religious or historical context, and the meaning of which was often more directly understood at a time by a specific culture, but many now be less apparent to us. So basically, iconography analysis is to find the symbol and the hidden meaning in a work of art. This is another Impressionist artist, Edward Manet. So in 1882. So the painting is rich in details which provide clues to social class. The woman at the bar is a real person known as Susan, who worked at the bar in the early 1880s. And for his painting, Manet posed her in his studio by including a dish of oranges in the foreground here. Manet identifies the barmaid as a prostitute, according to art historian Letty L. Ligo, who says that Manet habitually associated oranges with prostitution in his paintings. So like this, Manet, like this artist, some of the artists using iconography, like to make a symbol, to create the hidden meaning in their work of art. And the next analysis method is the content or a contextual analysis. So there are two types of contextual analysis based on the religious context and the other one is historical context. So the content or meaning of a work of art varies greatly between artworks. To understand the context of a work of art fully, and you will usually have to undertake some research. And in addition to looking very closely at the artwork itself. So let's see each the contextual analysis. So this is a Middle Age church. So we're gonna see the religious context. So in the Middle Age, about 1,000 years between 5th century to 14th century, Christianity art flourished in Western culture. So this is one of the famous architecture type in Middle Age, which is called Gothic style. The Gothic style was steered by a powerful French abbot named Suger, who wanted to enlarge and remodel this church, the Abbey Church of Saint Denis near Paris. He came to believe that an ideal church should have certain characteristics. It should appear to reach up to heaven. It should have harmonious proportions, and it should be filled with light. To fulfill those goals, his architects responded with pointed arches, ribbed vaulting, flying buttresses, and stained glass windows so large they seemed like translucent walls. So it is ornate, linear, vertical elements that direct eye upward. And here's another work to see the historical context. So what can you see in this lithography work of art?
Are they drunk? They're on the floor.
Yeah, I hope he's drunk, but he's not drunk.
Look there.
Yeah, he's dead. Yes, he's dead. And look at,
No, no.
underneath, yeah, the guy, there is a, little, kid.
For the order, no? I see
Yeah,
another guy in the corner.
everyone, yeah, all, they're all,
I
all
don't
the dead
understand what
bodies.
she's saying. The one that's talking.
Okay, Shania, I will, let you know what we are talking about,
No,
after.
no. I said I didn't. I said I don't understand what she's saying. The lady that was talking.
So you know what? So all the, there is, just all the bodies, we just, talking about this work. See? So he looks like drunk, but he's not. He's dead. And there is a, kid. She's dead also, and the others are all dead here. So
So what's the story behind that, or is it?
I just, talk about the story for this work of art. So so this is a realism artist, Honor Domir, lithography printing work of art. He recorded a historically terrible event in this work. Major French cities, including Lyon and Paris, revolted. So April 15, 1834, the Parisians stand barricades in the streets. During the attack of one of the barricades by the army, On Transnomian Street, an infantry captain was killed by a shot fired from a house. The next day, the soldier will attack very hard rioters and will break down the doors of the building at number 12 Le Transnomian, supposed to be the one from which the party was shot. So all residents of the building, including old men, women, and children, were massacred. So a bloody event that will remain in history as the massacre of Transnomian Street. And it is imagined by the painter and caricaturist Honor Domir. So this is the background story about this work of art. So like this, the contextual, the historical context analysis is required to the research. To know a work of art in detail. So it could be said that all interpretation involves a balance between fact and opinion. Analysis involves careful consideration and discussion of specific aspects of artwork, while critique offers a theoretical framework for understanding it. The critics of artworks often highlight the ideas, opinions, experiences of the viewer. So this section's topic is kind of tricky, but this is a basic concept for art appreciation. So I hope you could apply this analysis method when you see a piece of art. So there is a discussion related to this chapter, which is really important. Okay, so I need you to go to discussion 4.2 to see a discussion's topic related to the chapter we just saw. So you will see 3 paintings in this forum, like this, and choose one of them. And I need you to proceed formal analysis. So, on the very first day, I mentioned you're going to see one essay question in the midterm. So this is it. So you're going to proceed formal analysis for a work of art. So this...
Can you say that again, please?
So on the first day of the course, I mentioned you will see an essay question in the midterm. So then that question is a formal analysis. So you will see a painting in the midterm, and then you're going to proceed a formal analysis. So this is going to be really good practice, before the midterm. So you're going to choose, you're not going to, analyze all of them. You're going to choose only one painting in this forum here. And then you're going to proceed the formal analysis. So let's just remind what the formal analysis, what was that? It was analyzing a work of art based on the visual elements and principles of design. Okay. So, visual elements include line, shape and mass, light, color, texture and pattern, space, time and motion. And the principles of designs includes unity and variety, balance, emphasis and subordination, scale and proportion, pattern and rhythm. So you're gonna find these factors in a work of art. So for example, let's see the first painting, Jan van Eyck's painting. So when I see this painting, I can find the artist used the implied, the 1-point linear perspective to show the implied space. So like this, oops. Okay. So like this, so when I see the perspective in this painting, so I can see all the lines go to the center. So we called it vanishing point, right? Yeah. So there is a 1 point on the center. So it called like 1-point linear perspective, right? So the artist is using the 1-point perspective to create an implied space. Now, the 3D, three-dimensional space on the two-dimensional surface. That was called implied space, right? And also I can see, there is a green color and the red color. So these are complementary color to show the simultaneous contrast. So probably the artist using that color here because this pregnant woman is the focal point in this painting, right? And also I can see all the dress, all the dress are so realistic, and the furniture and the dog, they are so realistic. So I guess this artist is using the visual texture, based on the, all the techniques with the line, shape and mass and lighting technique and the color technique, right? Because I can feel that texture looks like real. So I can say, oh, he is using a visual texture in this work of art. And also, I can see he's using, the second asymmetrical balance type here, right? So one is dark form and the other one is light form. It looks like, they are, the size are similar. Yeah. So this guy looks heavier in this work of art. And I just mentioned this woman is a focal point, and I see, so this guy and the woman are the emphasis in this painting. Now the couple is the emphasis, and the whole background, the furniture and the room is the subordination in this work of art. So like this, I don't need to research anything for this painting, when I analyze it, right? You can just analyze it with the, the tools the artist use, like the visual elements and the principles of design. So that is formal analysis. Yeah. So pick one of them and find as much as you can, find the factors, the visual elements and the principles of design. It's work of art. I can see in this painting, a diagonal line to show the, strong movement here, right? And also this artist is using,
Landscaping,
huh?
landscape.
Yeah, landscape, very good. And also this artist is using a atmospheric perspective, you know, to create the distance in this work of art, right? To create the deep perspective. And also, you know, this artist is also using the 1 point perspective, right? Yeah. And maybe it looks like this. Figures are the the uh, emphasis, and this guy looks like the focal point, and the rest of the background looks like a subordination, right? And then you can find more, features. One of the paintings you choose, okay? So that's formal analysis. It's not really hard, if you are aware of the visual elements and the principles of design. So you're going to see the same question with the different artwork in the midterm. So practice to do the formal analysis through this discussion. Okay, so today, so each week always have, 2 activities. So it can be 2 discussions or 1 sketchbook project or 1 discussion like this week. So today we have 1 sketchbook project. You can just, post your plan for the asymmetrical balance type drawing. And we have a, 1 more discussion. So to, proceed the formal analysis. So I need you to post 2 of them for each class. And one more thing, we have an assignment due date by next Monday. So, you choose 1 artist, right? In week 1, the first week. So proceed to research that artist, the artist biography, artworks, and you're gonna write your appreciation about the artist. So again, I need you to make a cover
What do
page.
you mean? I'm sorry. What do you mean when you say like your appreciation?
Oh, so you're just, you're thinking and you're feeling about the artist, artwork, or life. So actually, that is the most important part in this assignment.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the cover page, you're gonna write the artist name and the class name. Please write like this: Art100 KN2 Spring 2021, and write your name. And for the first page, you're gonna research the artist biography and artwork style, right? And do not just copy and paste. I need you to paraphrase the artist biography and the artwork style. And for the second page, I need you to copy and paste the artist artwork, at least 5. And for the last page, so this is the most important page. So you're gonna write your appreciation about the artist life and the artist artworks. So you can just write your feeling or thinking, or you can
Oh, when is this
connect.
one due?
Hmm?
When is this one due?
What do you say?
It's on
When
Monday.
is this
Oh
one?
yes, the due is Monday. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And you can connect your experience or memory, anything, with the artworks, the artist artworks for the last page. So that is the most important. It should be written by your own words. Okay, so any question? No? All right.